Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks, and I almost don't want to do this, but I don't like uh, telling people how to do things, but this is bad. You can barely even read it. Can't even read what that word is. And I don't know how he did it. I mean, the W's look funny. You know, some of the letters, doesn't look like T's and doesn't, they're squished together, some of them, preview. And I'm not saying maybe that's the way he wants it, but I thought I would show him another way to do it. I'm going to set my nudge distance on like 2 inches, and I'm going to nudge this out of the way. So I've taken the opportunity to rewrite that, and granted, like the bottom text is not as big as the top text, and maybe that's what, you know, the way he wants it, and that's all in fine. So what you can do is Control K to break this apart, and now each line is separated. So if you wanted them a little bit in the same realm, you could bring them in. And you could do that with all the lines. I don't think it's really necessary. You could make them all, but see, then it stretches it too much. So I would leave the font as much as you can, and because we've made this one a little bit closer together, you can widen it out a little bit. Now I'm going to group this together with Control G, but then I'm going to go and I'm going to convert them to curves, and that's pretty important. And I've already done it over here to make sure it would work, and this is the way it looks. And it came out pretty good. I think it's a lot easier to read. Of course, I'm sorry for the person that did this. They're not a text anymore, so you can't just straighten them out. But if you write out your paragraphs, and then I would make with the 3-point curve, I didn't do a very good job, but you can always, let's zoom in here. You can always grab the shape tool and bring this down. And let's bring this down a little bit. You don't really need them on the edge. Now Control D and make a duplicate of that curve. And let's see if I can't select it and move it up. Start moving and hold down the control button. Now it's not quite long enough, but we want it in kind of the same realm, so I'm going to lower the nudge distance to 0.001. And I'm going to nudge this line down till I get inside that puzzle piece. And then I'm going to go to the shape tool. I'm going to elongate it. And then I'm going to take my 2-point line. And if I'm stepping on your toes, I'm sorry. I'm just letting you know a little bit easier way to do it. Take the Smart Fill tool and fill that in, and then let's change our nudge factor back to 2 inches so we can nudge this Smart Fill out of the way. You don't need this box anymore. Take the Smart Fill tool box and left click, right click. We're just using it for a demonstration purpose or something to go by. You've got your text selected. Go to the envelope tool, which is underneath your drop shadow flyout. Take away this node. Take away this node. Take away that node. You're taking away the center nodes. Then take your node on this corner and drop it down to there. Drop this one to here. Drop this one to here, just inside that box. And then take this center line and bring it up. And then take this center line and bring it up. Now this could be straightened out. This one could be straightened out even though the text looks pretty good. You can't really convert these to a line because you'll mess up the other part. And then you could tweak it and do a lot with it. Now, because of the fact that we, and I actually need to make that a little bit lower, we actually nudged it over. I think we can nudge it right back. And look how it fits inside the puzzle. Now, a lot of people go, why didn't you use text to curve? You can't use text to curve with like a paragraph or multiple lines. It just doesn't work. Now let's take, see, this is individual text, and he's got a box around there. Let's just take away the individual text, select all this, and nudge it back. The others aren't too bad. That you could do text to path. Maybe it's just a funny font, but when you stretch it and squeeze it, that's a lot easier to read. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.